What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Heroes Untapped, episode 14, the Heroes of the Storm podcast, bringing you news, events, and information about the ANZ region. It's been a week, well, it's been over 2 weeks since we had a show because last week we were unable to host due to me basically being away. But joining me on the show tonight is a BlueAura member of XL5's what you call content creation team.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Joining me on the show, so obviously is Blue. Also joining me on the show, one of my other new hosts is Fniatch, coming from New Zealand. Was it up and coming full-time streamer, university student, and all-round good guy.
Yeah.
And also joining me on the show tonight is Robadobah, the captain of Hosts Tots, running up to the ANZ Showdown event. And also on the show tonight, sorry, I'm stumbling on my words, is a Grumpshot, the Heroes of the Storm team entrepreneur, not just starting one team, actually starting two teams, two full roster teams of separate players. That's quite a feat. That's quite an undertaking. Most ANZ teams can't stay together as one team, and you're trying to do up two. That's
hopefully it works.
Well, hopefully it does. I mean, it's like I said, it's a huge undertaking, and it's just it'll be really good to see get two teams up and running, how the dynamics will work. What are you going to do when Grumpshot Junior and Grumpshot Senior come up against each other, and your two teams have to clash in a tournament? Haven't thought that far yet?
I haven't thought that far, but they'll probably know each other's strategies really well, so it'll be an interesting game. They'll both be have to compensate for each other.
All right. Well, too easy. So anyway, how's everyone's week been in the Nexus?
Sparse it has been for me. Fortunately, a lot of personal stuff. Uni, start with. But I have tried Artanis though. Tried the new hero.
Ooh.
Tried the new patch. It's been pretty good so far.
Was he pre-ordered or did you buy him today?
Oh no, I didn't pre-order. I bought him today.
All right. Sneaky for anyone that isn't aware, because it didn't drop right as the service came back up. Artanis is available to be purchased. Pretty exciting stuff. But let's get on to the show, because it's been a quiet 2 weeks, but a reasonable amount of stuff has happened, but it has been a fairly quiet 2 weeks. That's a kind of weird contradiction. But let's get on to the first subject, ANZ Showdown. So over the weekend, we saw the ANZ Showdown tournament, an ANZ event worth a total prize pool of $1,111.11. Now, I just want to first say congratulations to the team Immunity Silicon Intel Sports for winning the event, and huge congratulations to Heroes of the Storm, Team of Tomorrow, for obviously coming in second place, and I believe XL5 with a third place as well. And then again, huge thanks to Bob, About Dirk, and Fury for their donations and monies and giveaway and prizes they gave for the event. Made it really amazing. It was a 200 viewer plus event. However, there's something I just want to bring up about it. It was great, amazing, loved it, really good gameplay. What are your guys' thoughts on the adapting prize pool? So the event started with $350, and then it ended with a bigger prize pool because of people donating and things like that. I don't know. It's Grump. I might get your opinions on this one first, because we've talked. You've been a big contributor to the discussion about prize pool events and money like that, and you also had a little bit of some of your own opinion anyway. What do you think about adjusting a prize pool during an event?
It was interesting. It hyped it up a lot. I did put a post about this, but I think the only drawback was that a lot of teams would have preferred knowing the prize pool beforehand. It might have encouraged a few more teams to jump in. That's probably the only drawback to it.
Yeah.
But other than that, the whole event was really, really good.
Yeah, it was. About to say, I was kind of like mixed minds myself, because the event, like, it was cool to have something to talk about, and like, oh man, the prize pool increased. To be honest, there was a moment halfway through the event I was like, man, this feels like a telethon. We keep getting donations coming. It's like, the prize pool is now 2 million. Woo! We've hit our mark. So it was kind of it was a lot of good hype at the event as the prize pool grew and grew and grew. But do you think there's a better way that we could do that from in the future if community people are looking to to donate. Maybe some of these events we should be going, hey guys, if you want to donate to the prize pool, here's the link 4 or 5 days in advance. Get people donating then. So the event itself, everyone at the start of the day knows what they're playing for, knows what's actually on stakes. It's a little bit nice that we don't get confused on, about a Dirk donated $100, no, $200, no, it actually was only $50, that sort of confusion. I don't know, Blue, what's your feeling on that? Do you think it's fine to up the prize pool during an event, or do you feel it'd be better to sort of know in advance, in ahead of time, and sort of get a community, I don't know, opt-in donation going?
I'm kind of mixed on the whole thing. I like it because it did increase the hype and the competitiveness from the teams, and really kind of put more pressure on to really win. On the other side, the increasing the donations afterwards, that money could go towards another possible tournament. So at 350, plenty of teams were already excited and happy to sign up and ready to go. So perhaps even halving what then got added on top and then using that towards the next tournament would have been another tournament. But yeah, still like amazing that all that money came and was pocketed straight in. Put straight into the scene. So yeah,
it was pocketed by Morton.
That's it.
The 1,111 sitting next to his 5 hero skins from the Royal Rumbles.
How many did he win? I came late.
Sorry, how much did the winning team?
Did Morton win?
Did Morton win?
Yeah,
at least 2.
Right.
Oh, he didn't accept them, and they were re-rolled. But yeah, the golden tiger mounts, both times they were random up as Morton. That was hilarious.
Wow.
I couldn't believe that. It's like, karma. You do good things. It was a really great event. I guess that's something actually I forgot to say. The event was organised by Morton D. Short. He's in the chat channel right now, and it was a great event. And obviously, Karma wanted him to have a golden tiger twice. But no, he was really good about it, and he said, no, it should go to someone else, and we re-rolled. So I think it was great in that regards. I loved it. Just about the prize pool, though, I think it's really hard, though. You can't, if someone's like, I want to donate $500 to your prize pool, you can't really say to them, oh, look, or I guess you could ask them to, look, can I put $250 into the prize pool and then maybe keep $250 for the future event I run? Because then there's like the whole, well, how do you keep track of that? So I do understand that I think Morton was a bit bound in that situation. He couldn't really hold on to the money. But, I mean, that's just a weird spot to be in.
I've got a question. Would they have put that money in if it had been for a future event? If the hype wasn't there, would they have thrown that money in?
Another good point.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's like a subscription train, isn't it, on Twitch? You see someone subscribe and they get their name up in lights and it says $5, whatever, donation train, sorry. And so it becomes like a little bit of a battle of the wallets, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's a thing of a worse, not a good term to use. But, that's 100% true, And I think it was only, it wasn't like it was person after person after person. It was only 3 people, 3 amazing people, mind you. I was really donating to the event, so it's really good in that just great in that regards. Robadobah, as a player, because you actually played in the event, what were your thoughts on the adjusting prize pool, or did you not realize anything was going on until right at the end?
I was aware of it. I didn't really mind though personally, just because I'm never really playing this game for money. It's just for fun. But I don't know. I don't really mind it so long as people know that it's like a community-funded event and that it's possible for the prize pool to keep going up during the event itself. So I don't know. I thought it was just a nice little bit of hype. I didn't really mind too much about the increase though.
Yeah. All right, so really just a mute point in that you're there for the competition at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, always.
I have to say it was really good competition as well. Like there was lots of surprise upsets. I can't remember the team who took out Apex, but I mean there was just lots of good teams in the tournament. Like I think we did a terrible job on the stream when we were talking about the teams. It didn't really highlight the fact that every team was there to win. And most teams played to win. Like they were good. They were good games to watch. It's probably one of the most competitive events I've seen in the ANZ region since I started shoutcasting. So it's really good in that regards. I guess because obviously you named your team Heroes of the Storm, Team of Tomorrow, Hots Tots. I think that's really nice name, by the way. Got a really good ring to it. Something that I wanted to sort of just bring up and get your guys' opinion. I'll start with you again first, Roba. What do you think of the team naming? Do you think the scene needs to maybe, or the tournaments need to start looking at what teams are calling themselves? Because obviously we had one team sort of come up with a bit of a clever name, but the acronym that came out of it had potential to be a bit offensive to people, and particularly world events going on world events that have gone on and stuff that may possibly happen, or even things going on now, a bit offensive. What line does a name cross over from fun banter to start to be a bit toxic?
I didn't really mind their name, but I mean, I don't know. This depends on the individual, I guess. Like, some people see it as bad taste, but
especially since we're starting to look at an international, we're starting to look at an international community now. We're actually starting to get US viewers tuning in. We're starting to get Germany viewers. Like, there's actually was a really good spread of where the viewership came from on the ANZ Showdown on the weekend. And I'm just wondering if chat's instantly picked up on what team name we're talking about. But I mean, it's just this connotation, right? To Australians, like to a lot of Australians and New Zealanders, it doesn't mean the same thing to us, right? It's just, it's just a thing. I mean, there's an extremely funny cartoon called Archer, and Archer used to work for that, used to work for the group with that name, and then obviously they changed it. Like the actual cartoon, people who make the cartoon changed the name when the world event happens. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, do we need to start maybe looking at that in the scene? Does anyone have any opinion? Or it's like, who cares?
It probably would have helped if they hadn't won, just so that we didn't all have to say congratulations, ISIS.
Yeah, I think there should be some safeguards in place, because we want to be seen as a legitimate scene, right? Like, ESPN never covers. Oh, obviously ESPN covers the Redskins, but that's a completely different issue. They're too big to be challenged. But in terms of like growing to be an actual legitimate thing that the public can tune into, I think we should be conscious about those types of things.
Yeah, I personally, when I first saw it, I had a chuckle, but yeah, it's just that level of taste. Some people it might hit and offend. If that's the case, then the name should be rethought. But otherwise, pretty much in any other situation, as long as it's not personally offending anyone or hurting anyone, then I think it's fine. I personally wanted to enter in one of your tournaments with a interesting name that would be difficult for you to say, just for amusement. There's nothing.
I don't find anything wrong with that. But and to be honest, when I first saw it, I thought, okay, it's very funny banter myself. And it's not too much. I saw some of the comments coming out of the chat that I was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, that probably is really off-putting and offensive to some people. And I wonder, did we not have we had 200 viewers. Maybe we would have had 250, 300 had something like not been there. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't organize events, so I don't, at the end of the day, I'm not making any decisions. But to me, it's something just to come up, to bring up in the community.
Yeah, that's true. It's gonna depend on, I guess, public outcry, if the people actually did get super offended by it.
Yeah.
I think at the same time, overall, Twitch chat is pretty cancer. So I would think that would draw more viewers, actually, just for the laughs and lols, and so they could contribute to all the jokes.
That's actually, you bring up the Twitch chat, and I have to say, this is a bit of a proud moment. I'm going to do a self-plug right now. So if you go to disconcur.com, I wrote a post about my casting of the event, of being a caster for the ANZ Showdown, having 200 viewers and stuff, because it was really cool. And what I really, really liked was the Twitch chat was actually really good that day. Like, we had 200 viewers. There was people trying to be cancerous in the chat, but most, like, I'd say 99% of the chat was really, they were good people. Most of the banter was nice. It was pleasant. There was people commenting saying that, this is one of the best Twitch chats they've actually ever been in. It's just been a really nice experience for them. And I think that's because of our banter, that usually our banter doesn't cross that line. It's normally really good. But we have that problem. I reckon we have that problem in the ANZ scene that when our banter gets, like we go from 0 to hero pretty fast with our banter, and the 10 people that know what's going on think it's really funny. But I think the outside 190 see it in other ways. But no, I thought the Twitch chat was really good that day. I'm really impressed with it. So good job, ANZ. Good job, guys. It's I just need to throw it out there.
We're all nice people. It's the Americans. They're the ones who are.
All right, I see this chat's a little bit on the other side of the fence there. It's not 100% agreeing with, but moving on. All right, so that was ANZ Showdown. It's a whole really good event, 200 viewers, really competitive. Prize pool was fantastic. A lot of prizes given out on the stream as well. I think like 4 hero codes and combination hero codes, skins, and 4 golden tigers. This is a great event. Does anyone else have anything they want to say about it before we move on, or
when's the next one?
When is the next one? That is the question. Morden is in the chat, so tell us when the next one is.
We'll have a 30-second delay, and we're going to sit here in silence.
No, I did drop the delay, so there is no delay. I only do that for events because I'm scared people will stream snipe. All right, anyway, moving on. So that was the ANZ Showdown. Great event. Let's get some more going in the community. Maybe we could do some pre-community donations or something like that, just to get the prize pool up and running beforehand or something. I don't know. Ideas, thoughts. Anyway, so there's been a change-up. So only a couple of weeks ago, the ANZ scene, I should say, Australia and New Zealand, saw originally I thought it was another APL startup, but we had the Australia and New Zealand Pro League startup. So it was obviously a league for 100 of the top players in the ANZ region to get together and have really competitive pickup groups games. So pretty cool. However, there's been a little bit of a change of ownership, bit of change of direction. I think there's so many people have so many ideas or opinions or thoughts what went on here. Essentially, I'm just going to sum it as the APL may have turned into a little bit of a bro league, and it was really just the same 10, 15 people just playing their games constantly. It was really hard for other people to get involved in the games. So I think that caused a bit of friction. I don't know. Can you guys shed any more light on it? Because I actually wasn't. I was gone for an entire week and didn't really get to experience the drama.
Anyone else? I haven't been playing it much. I played the first night, and the first night was really good, and everyone was really friendly. But yeah, I could definitely see how it quickly transitioned down that path, and people were getting excluded. So, did it end up changing to the point where just the first 10 people were the people in the game, or?
It seems the numbers it didn't really the numbers dropped off, and I think the exclusiveness of the league, it didn't help with it. It didn't take off as well as it could have, and it was just a numbers factor. People weren't playing as much, and there's heaps of other reasons, right? It's I couldn't quite get the full take on what was going on, but doesn't matter anymore because it's now changed hands. And it's got a name revamp. It's got a website. The rules have changed a little bit. It's expanded to try and include 250 people. It's got a 8-week-long summer competition element to it, where I think at the end, I think it was the top 30 players, was it, or the top? I've got to reread the rules. I forgot to check them out before starting the show. But they were going to have a competition where the top best players would get together and do captain-style games and prove who the best players are. And so it's had a name change. It's the Australasian Player League now. A little bit of a mouthful, but a bit more inclusive. It still has a Diamond MMR requirement. You have to obviously be in Diamond League on Hotslog to get considered to be into it. However, you can sign up for it yourself. But that's the nicety of it, is that you can...
Does this mean it's expanded to include the SEA players as well?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, cool.
It's still restricted to Australia and New Zealand. Technically, Australasia only includes Australia, New Zealand, and Papua New Guinea.
Right, okay.
So Papua New Guineans, I'm sorry, you can't be a part of our Australasian Pro League. And it's just rules. I just maybe it needs to be reviewed. I don't know. But so that's it. That's out there. what are your guys' thoughts? Blue, I'll get your thoughts on it first. So you sort of saw the start of the first one, so it went away from it. Does this sound like a more fine-tuned version? No, let's not say better version. Does this sound like it might be a nicer addition to the scene at the moment?
Personally, I'm 100% all for APL. Quick match and Hero League just not really worth playing. They get your tension high, and when you're getting put with pubs that have no idea how to play, it just ruins the game for you.
Yep.
So for the players that do love serious competitive matches and constantly trying to improve on their skill, APL was the perfect way to do it. So honestly, I'm pretty surprised that it fell off, because fairly sure everyone hates quick match almost as much as I do. So yeah, I was expecting to come back when I start playing again and see that I'm 200 MMR below everyone else and have to grind the games to catch back up. So
yeah,
in a way that's good for me, but yeah, still pretty surprised that happened.
Yeah. All right. What about Fniatch? What about you as a newer player? Obviously, I'm going to assume maybe you're a superstar. Do you have the MMR to get into this? Are you a diamond or hot log?
I was going to ask that. Was it Diamond League for QM or Hero League? Because in Hoslog it's divided by 2, right? Like.
Yeah.
So is it for QM? Do you have to be Diamond in QM, or do you have to be Diamond for both?
I believe it's actually just Hero League and or Team League, or Hero League or Team League.
I see. Fair enough.
I don't believe it's restricted. It said quick match, but I mean it may have had a sub clause somewhere. I didn't actually quite. Well, I didn't see it. I didn't 100% note which leagues they were in. I just remember. I think it was tending towards Hero League. The more because Diamond and quick match that doesn't really mean anything. Because you can kill it with.
I think I prefer quick match to Hero League. The amount of Hero League games, I think I said it last time I was on here, that you get to the last person and they're supposed to pick a support, and they've had it shown in their little portrait the whole time, and then they pick Murky.
Yeah.
You just face palm through the wall. Whereas if you do quick match, you then get put in against even-ish teams. So yeah, I prefer quick match.
I don't know. I'd love to join it, but I don't think my MMR is fit for it yet. I think I'm still stuck in Platinum. I was Diamond for a brief minute, but just Platinum. I'd love to go join it, to be honest. Like that whole, I didn't know about the competition style thing surrounding the registration. That would be nice. I would definitely love to join that, even if to just meet other people who would like to join in the thing and want to play in a more professional setting, or at least a more competitive setting.
Yeah, well, it does sound pretty good, and I like that you can sign up to it. The last APL had kind of like a bros invite system, so it was very, and I'd say that as with much respect as possible. You kind of had to know the right people to get into it, regardless of how refined the system was and how much they were going to look for the new people who could join it. It still had that element of if someone didn't like you, or if someone thought, you know what, that play you did in that game wasn't very good, I don't think you're APL worthy. But it's just, it's what I did was valid, but you just don't agree that it was valid. So I'm being excluded because you don't agree with something, even though we still won the game and my rank's still there, or rah. Interesting concept. Roba, what do you think? Just your thoughts as someone who, first off, is instantly capable of getting into this. Like you can choose, you're probably still a part of it, roll over from the old APL. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I didn't play in the old APL. I don't know. I probably won't play in the new one. It's just my big problem with this whole thing is like I don't want to be in voice comms when there are going to be players who disrespect each other on the same team.
Yeah. Because
I don't know. I just think it's a breeding ground for drama, which is exactly what happened in the old APL.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yeah. No worries. It's a bit of a question to put you on the spot for it. And yeah, I think you're right. You could get very much a clash of egos when you get 5 people on a team who aren't normally a team, and they sort of clash against each other, going, "Well, this is how I think the right way to do this is, or this is how I think to do that." And then you get good players being pushed into roles they may not necessarily be comfortable with. 5 really good assassins get into a team. Well, one of them has to be support, don't they?
Maybe that's pretty much it. I mean, I just think it's inferior to like scrimming or even like if you just find a good in-house, I'd rather play that, honestly. Like set up the league.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I like that. A bit of a differencing opinion on it. And Grumpshot, what about yourself? I think you've also got a bit of a strong opinions on the Australasian Player League.
Yeah, very similar to Robo. I don't know if Australia's big enough just yet for the APL. I know we've got a few good players in Australia, but I just don't think we've got enough that would qualify for it.
Yeah.
I spoke to my team today, and I didn't think they'd be interested, but there are one or two players that are keen to join. So, whether they get enough players is, I don't know.
Did you say team or teams?
Team. One team's fully formed. The second team, we're still working on another couple of players.
Still looking for people.
Yeah.
All right, Tweety, still in the works. Yeah,
I'd like to see it as a more of a tournament style thing. So weekly, the membership would like cycle to whoever's playing best that week. That would be nice to see.
What do you mean by that? Like it's
just like the topic we were discussing last week about the randoms in professional terms. Oh, ANZ Showdown had it, didn't? Yeah. ANZ Showdown had the random people just join in, like teamless, so solo queue. Thing. Yeah, that would be nice to see. If like weekly we could have just solo queuers queuing up and finding random teams. You can still have that exclusivity of it, being that the MMR has to be in a certain category.
Yeah. So you're saying like at the start of every week, the leagues cut up into those different, say, brackets.
Yeah.
And you just get right. This week you 5 are on the team. Next week it's a different set of 5 on that team. The week after it's different. Oh, okay, it's an interesting concept. I think there was actually discussion about that. Someone was talking about the ANZ Royal Rumble events, going, wouldn't it be interesting to have a league system like that? 60 people sign up, they divide into their teams, and that's your team. That's your team for the next 4 weeks. You play together for 4 weeks, and then after that you get switched again. So there has been discussion on that. I don't think too many people like that idea, because imagine if you got paired up with someone you don't like. But in this one, you're talking about every week. You're meant to be at the height of your game. People didn't see my quotation marks because of the overlays. You're meant to be at the height of your game. So you should be in that position where it doesn't matter if I'm playing with this guy. I might not like him, but I know he's a good player, and I know that these are the rules. So I don't know, maybe that has some merit. To be honest, I don't know if it's the complications of it. What do you guys think of that idea? I don't get your opinion, Blue. Do you have an idea? Or is it just it's hit like me? It's hit me, and I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
Personally, I think teams are struggling enough as it is to try and keep together with their own picked team for 4 weeks. So I think randomly chucking people into a team and then trying to expect them to play for 4 weeks together, whilst sounds like a fun, interesting idea, I don't think it'd work.
Yeah. What about week to week? So you had a new team each week.
Yeah, that's more possible, but again, you would have to find a way to avoid any kind of personality clashes or people that already have issues with each other.
So it's sort of got that. That'd be like team hell. Like I guess you'd have people 1 week going, I don't really like any of these people I'm matched with. Even though, again, we're all talking about the top 250 best players in ANZ. Should all be lovey-dovey and friends and hold hands. There will still be someone that doesn't like someone else and just goes, well, I'm not playing this week. Catch you, boys. I'll be around next week, and all I'm going to lose is 50 MMR or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
And just say, oh, sorry, I was sick last week. Couldn't play. But you're going to penalise me for being sick?
Whoever's trying to organise it is just, it's going to be an absolute nightmare for them. I can just picture all the little children going, Mom, what? Someone won't play with me.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to play with this person. He's mean. So
beautiful. Yeah, I think you're 100% right. And I just look at the stress Morton goes through when he does the ANZ Royal Rumbles. Like the first 2 hours of the tournament is him trying to find people to fill those positions. That are people not showing up. People might not be liking their team comps. That may why they may not show up because they don't like who they're with. So just imagine the stress of whoever's doing that. And there's no way, and then how do you balance it as well?
Yeah,
just be insane. You'd just be making you'd be making a Blizzard matchmaking system, but in a smaller situation. Just as shit. All right. So it's the interesting thoughts. That's the Australasian Player League. Yeah, it's interesting. It's something I'm not good enough to join, so I don't know if you never see Disconcur playing in it. But I don't know. I'd like to see it succeed, but yeah, I think the scene needs an amateur event first. Or it needs an amateur event alongside it. Completely different from it, but something to build people, get people into that diamond spot where they can then go and play it. And that's my final thoughts. Any final thoughts from you guys on the APL changes?
Not really. Just hope it takes off again. I'm super keen. Or at the very least, Blizzard need to. Sorry, at the very least, Blizzard really need to put in the champion. Oh, what's it? Legend.
Oh, the Grandmaster, like a Grandmaster rank. Yeah. All right, and Robadobah Grumpshot, you guys don't have anything else want to say, add to the conversation?
I'd love for it to succeed. I just can't see it happening just yet.
Yeah. Pretty much.
All right, too easy. That is it. Moving on. So last week we weren't around to do the show and we missed out on a patch drop. We missed out on the release of Fniatch. We missed out on the release of... There we go. Of Artanis.
Yes, Artanis.
The new warrior.
Leader of the
Dailam. Leader of the Zeratul and Tassadar. How boring was his video?
I thought it was pretty cool.
No, not the the spotlight one was sort of alright, but no, I'm fighting, and he literally goes, "I'm the leader of the Protoss Dasalima or whatever, oil sniffers or something like that." And then we see Zeratul get smashed through a brick wall. We can see the Butcher get blown up by a turret, and then we see the spear of Odin or whatever it is flies through the sky.
That's spear of Adun.
Spear of fucking boring. It's just like you look at the Butcher one. Really cool, scary, ominous, really cool video. Even the past ones like Thrall, even Rexar's. To be honest, I thought Rex's was kind of cool because it was like a bit of a funny, serious tone saying at the end of it. But it was just really boring. It was more like about look at me leading. Look at me. I'm the third Protoss. I'm from StarCraft. Blizzard had answered your calls. There's now more StarCraft characters. I don't know. I just felt it was a bit rushed, a bit boring. Sorry.
Maybe with BlizzCon coming up, they didn't have the time to put the effort in.
Oh.
Well, they've kind of, in my opinion, they have kind of struggled with time to put their effort in since they decided that their game was ready for full release. Yeah, everything they're doing at the moment, whilst is kind of nice for the first 30 seconds that you see it, aren't the priority things they need to be doing. So, yeah, personally, I look at it and just shrug my shoulders and move on, just waiting for them to fix everything else.
Is that maybe not a good thing, though, that they've gone, right, well, look, here's the video, we've made it. It's simple, it's basic. Some people will like it, some people won't. Is that a good sign? Maybe they're starting to put focus in on the more important things. Maybe Grumpshot is 100% right, and it's because of BlizzCon next week, and they don't have the time.
I think it's all right because what was it? The highlight, Hero Spotlight? Yeah, that one's been improving quite a bit since the very early videos that they've been putting out. I guess we just have a really high expectation for Blizzard because we expect their cinematics to be just amazing. So this is kind of disappointing. And also, after the Murky video, everything else is kind of like, meh. The Murky video was the best one.
I just think that they've had a lot more theatrical value than this one. A bit phoned in. But anyways, that's just the video. Who cares about this? Let's talk a little bit about the character himself. So he's the new warrior being introduced to the game. He's not really a tank as such. He sort of fits more that bruiser role. So it's interruption and damage dealing. Robadobah, you are a seasoned warrior player. You've played millions of games, I assume, of Sonya. You made a little bit of name for yourself as a Sonya player as well. That sort of warrior bruiser, or at least I tell people that about you anyway. What do you think of Antanis?
Artanis.
There we go. Fniatch is onto it. What do you think about it?
I don't know.
You stayed up to like 4 o'clock this morning to play.
Yeah, I know, and it didn't come out. So I don't know. I've only been able to play a couple of games today, but it's hard to say just because there are some situations where you can get really tanky and like do a lot of work in fights. But then he really struggles against, like, if they have multiple CCs and they just lock him down, sometimes you can just die, like, really easily. So, and another problem is that he can't get Relentless either.
Yeah.
One of a few tanks that can't get it, so he's also quite helpless if they do have a lot of CC. I don't know, though. I think he's okay.
Yep. You think,
and like a really good late game threat as well, if you can get there.
If you can get the build off. It's I don't know, maybe someone else can answer this as well. Feel free to snipe the question. Did we need another bruiser? Did we need another warrior bruiser in the game? I think Blue smiled just then. Obviously read something in chat. Or
No. I've been complaining about the lack of support for the past year. And we get 2 new support. The Monk, who is seeing play, which is good. I didn't expect him to see as much play. And then the Medic, which clearly they hadn't really thought it through too much yet. We're yet to see if Medic will start being played. I think we all have tinkered around with Medic and know that if you're going to run her, she's going to need something kind of specific for her, or someone will come up with something for her. But in the meantime, you're still stuck with just a small support hero pool. We only have 1 pseudo support now. I guess you'd maybe say Tyrande is also a pseudo support, depending on how you look at her. I don't reckon we need more bruisers just yet. I reckon they should bring out a new assassin, a new pseudo support, or a specialist.
Yeah. Well, we even just had Rexar. Like talking about 6 weeks ago, we had Rexar drop, and he's a warrior bruiser. Because God, you wouldn't call him a tank; he'd be crazy. So he's a bruiser, I guess. He is a bruiser. I should say, guess he is a bruiser, and that's what I'm saying. Like with this question, like, did we could we have at least got a tank warrior to at least enhance the fact that we have Muradin, we have Johanna, and I guess Artanis to some level, like to some degree. Could we
Diablo and ETC are pretty good right now.
Yeah.
So the tanks are pretty
good
at the moment.
All right. But in bruiser, we didn't really need another bruiser. Like it's cool to have. I guess it's cool to have. He looks pretty cool himself. He's Protoss. He's from StarCraft. I don't know. Grumpshot, what are your thoughts? Is it all right to get another bruiser so soon after, say, something like Rexar, or could they have maybe planned this a little bit better and gave us the support, another support, because the support situation is still dire.
Yeah, I play support, so I'd love another support.
I want the next 6 releases to be support.
Yeah, exactly. I think the more bruisers they throw in, it sort of takes it away from a lot of the melee assassins that we have. Like, Kerrigan and all that used to be really popular, but as these bruisers and really heavier, tankier ones are coming in, they're just not as popular anymore. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like that's why Double Warrior is such a strong composition at the moment. It's because the bruisers are better melee assassins, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
That's it. So something weird just happened on the stream. Just reckoned I had 99 people. That was crazy. So I don't feel that we need another bruiser. Having said that, I'll probably buy him and I'll probably play him and I'll love him and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know. I think it was just
he's very satisfying to play.
Yeah,
that's what I'll say about him. Because when you get that level 20 talent for his laser and you get the multi-kill, so satisfying. You're dead and you're still killing people.
Just sitting there going pentakill. He does. He looks pretty cool, but I just don't think we really need him at the moment. Well, actually, what you got us? So I haven't asked you much question on this front, Fniatch. What do you think of this pre-order situation? That last week all the pre-orders got Artanis prior to anyone being able to purchase him. What do you think about that? Do you think, like, obviously, I suspect I know why Blizzard did that to up sales, but what do you think of that? Like, was that sort of fair, or did it not really matter? Or was that a nice thing for the pre-order people?
I think that was fair enough. I mean, yeah, definitely the main reason why they did that was to boost sales for Legacy of the Void.
Yeah.
I don't think they had to do that. Legacy, I mean, StarCraft 2 has a big enough player base that they don't have to do the cross promotions, but Blizzard is notorious for doing the cross promotions anyway. So I don't know. It's a nice bonus for people who buy Legacy of the Void. You know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good for Blizzard as a company. For the player base, it's okay. It's a bit of a drag having to fight Artanis in both teams, and I can't play him. I have to wait.
Yeah, no, I personally I didn't like it. I think it was a pre-order. It's they've done this before with they did with Valor. When the game was released, you could play Valor straight away. If you didn't have Valor, you could buy her. Same thing. If you didn't have Artanis, you could have brought him. And I think if they opened it up, I mean, it was for sales, hands down, 100% for sales. And you know what? I suspect because I'm pretty sure Antares can be played at
Artanis.
Artanis. The Protoss dude can be played. The Protoss dude can be played at WCS. Can be played BlizzCon this week, can't he? Like, I don't think he's actually been banned out.
No, he can't.
Oh, he can't be. All right. Oh, that's good.
No.
Oh, that's awesome. I wasn't actually 100% sure because again, I hate their pages. It's so hard to find those details, like can this hero be played, who's being played or not. Oh no, that's good because I did think that maybe they released him for the pre-orders as a cheating way to get him out a couple of weeks beforehand and fix up any bugs or errors that they had with him. Speaking of which, we saw a lovely patch this morning that fixed the 2k damage thing he can do on his Twin Strike. How much of an oversight was that?
I was flicking through Reddit and I saw that. I don't understand completely how it was done. Was it you use that before his charge goes off and he'll use it twice or something like that?
Yeah, like on the it was in relation to his talent, the Zealot charge, taking the Zealot's charge and using it just before that goes off. Just procced 4 attacks, which is 2k damage.
Actually, I'm pretty salty about kind of oversights like that, but the reason I get salty is because it doesn't get fixed by Blizzard quick enough.
Yeah.
Going back to good old WoW days, I think it was Cataclysm or whatever the expansion was called. The hunters at the start could double stampede or whatever it was and instantly kill someone in arena.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just completely ignored every report about it, which was every thread on the forum for like 3 months or something. So if there's a report and they look at it and go, oh, well, we've stuffed this up, they should instantly just close the hero off to being played or fix it. So if it's within a week, that's pretty good for Blizzard. So,
and this was the turnaround they had this week. It was a week to fix that bug as well.
So yeah, I personally wouldn't have an issue with that. Oh, and to speak with the early access thing as well, I'm actually for that. I'm opposed to a lot of Blizzard's marketing techniques, but opening the hero for a week isn't really going to change much. If the hero was kind of groundbreaking or really OP or so if you're guaranteed to lose games against it or anything like that, then I'd have issues with it. But he wasn't anything particularly special. He's a little bit different and unique, but you would just pick another bruiser anyway, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah, he's not amazing.
Yeah,
he just fits into the potential lineup pretty well. All right, fine. I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him too much in ways of stats or build because we don't really talk about that sort of stuff on this show unless something's completely broken. So just final thoughts on Artanis because you say it like a pirate. Thanks very much.
I do want to bring up something quickly about the cross promotion. I think it's actually pretty good for heroes because as long as it's only for a week. Think of the StarCraft players that already bought StarCraft because they just love StarCraft. Now they get this free hero, they might come across the Heroes of the Storm and say, oh, okay, this game ain't too bad. And it may actually build the numbers.
Yeah.
It's a really good point.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, it gets them involved, especially before, No, I'll agree with that. It definitely is, it's done the flip to me. I know I've, when they brought up the ones for Diablo, it was like, go play Diablo to get a free Diablo character. I did it. In the free amount, I went to play Diablo for a weekend. So, like, Diablo's a weird one because me playing Diablo doesn't directly give them money. So I always thought that was a really cool cross promotion. It just gets me playing the Diablo game. But I don't know, maybe that inflates the numbers for the Activision board meeting or something. I'm not sure on that one, but I like those cross promotional events. I don't know if like I said, I don't know if I quite liked this one locking. I don't know. I like to include the exclusive of a community and not section it off. But you're 100% right. Everyone that plays StarCraft, I tell you what, they probably fired up the free Heroes of the Storm game just to see what Artanis was like in Heroes of the Storm. That's the only way I can
Legacy
say it. I'm
of the
sorry.
Void's not out yet, right?
No, it doesn't come out
no,
to
it's not yet. November 10, I think.
Yeah, that's the 7th. No, that's BlizzCon or something.
So that's good timing then. So StarCraft players who need their fix of Artanis have to come play HOTS for a bit.
Yeah. They get 2 weeks to get destroyed in the Nexus. Get their buy the charge amount from the Headless Horseman because they've been playing WoW while StarCraft has been in a void. And yeah, now go Blizz marketing team. All right.
Do you think it would work if they marketed it to other Activision stuff?
Oh, what, like go play?
I don't know. Like,
I can't even think of it. Other Activision
Call of Duty stuff.
No thanks.
If
Cross promotion for the entire Activision Blizzard company.
Well, I mean, there was an article I read ages ago. I can't remember if it was valid or not, but I think there had been discussions about including other Activision franchises in Heroes of the Storm.
Who was it that mentioned playing Tony Hawk in Heroes of the Storm?
Yeah, that's the like I said, I think it might have been a joke, right? I'm not sure of the discussion, but I'm sure there's been the board meeting, or I'm sure there's been the team discussion where they've gone, right, how would Tony Hawk fit into the Nexus?
Yeah.
Right along the Tacitar's, whatever it's called, his
beam. As long as the walls are up, he can grind them. No, there has been
100%.
talk. Anyway, more patch changes. Well, it wasn't a big patch anyway. So Artanis dropped. We saw the medic. Talking about the medic, and as not quite as viable it could be. We've seen a slight change in her stats. So she's had an increased health pool. I think it's by about at level 20. She has an extra 540 health now, and her basic health regen has also increased as well. I don't know. Do you think this is going to help? Because that was one of the issues people have, that you could really dive the medic and burst her down pretty hard because she can't heal herself. She doesn't really have much she can do to save herself when she gets dived on or focused. Is increasing her health pool by only 500 hit points really going to reduce that? Or you think it's just like a band-aid solution and Blizzard's just they don't know what to do, so let's just give her more health?
Yeah, I think it was just to keep probably more the quick match queue a little bit happier. Like survives an extra second or maybe. She can't heal herself, so I think that's just the biggest problem. She can't heal herself.
That's it. And even when she takes couples therapy at like 13 or 16, whatever the talent is, it's still only 25% of her actual heal going off, and someone needs to be around to do it. So yeah, it's I don't think it's much of a change. What about you guys? Does anyone else have a different opinion? Roba, is that just an extra slam from Sonya?
Well, I mean, when I was playing Artanis today, I was up against a medic. I just got the laser heroic, and every fight I just dropped it on her. Yeah. And like she just ran around in circles and died. So still think she's not too good, honestly.
Yeah, and I think that's the general census as well. I don't think it's really fixed her. I don't think it's made her more viable. She survives maybe a little bit longer, but that's it. She's still a niche pick.
I reckon she's strong, and I reckon the health boost was a pretty good spot. I still don't think players have really kind of worked out exactly how to play her yet, and realized that she does require a very different playstyle to the other support heroes, and that not only means for her but for the rest of your team as well. So rather than just going ham, you need to then start paying attention to your positioning, and that way you're not dragging the medic out of position. Now I know the medic can be everyone can dive on the medic, but the medic should already be back in a spot that she is safe, and then players should be running in and out of her little area to heal them. So, and healing is pretty substantial. So if you play that right, she is doing a lot of healing. But
do you think the issue could be with her range? Like I know that with her healing beam, that when it's in effect, it's actually got quite a good range that you can actually heal someone quite a fair distance away from you. But once that's been broken and you need to recast it, the distance is hard. It's quite small compared to the range of the healing. The range of targeting is quite small. Do you think? Because
that would help. Dance in and out of that little range area. You don't. I think you got about a second to get back in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you've got your little circle that shows how far away you can be, and then if they walk out for about a second, and they can walk out, I don't know, about a character's width, and then walk back in. So it does actually have a reasonable amount of range, but trying to then put it back on them if they desperately need it, and if they don't walk back to your circle, then yeah, it can be pretty difficult.
Yep. So she's definitely she's harder to support. I like her heroics. I think her heroics are really cool and really awesome, but I just think everything else doesn't bring much to the table, and she dies pretty easily. But maybe you're right. It's just we don't know how to play her. We're still learning. She's only 3 weeks old technically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, her damage reduction thing as well, I think is pretty cool. I reckon it's safe to say at this point she definitely needs a pseudo support with someone like Tassadar, or maybe a tank more focused on peeling the medic rather than attacking their backline. But she's strong at the start of the lane. She gives you quite a bit of presence. Strong at the start of the game. Strong in lane. She can run between the lanes and top up the other lanes quite easily without sacrificing a ton of mana or having to go back. I don't know. I reckon people will eventually stumble across something special with the medic, and it should be pretty cool.
Yeah, and there'll be like a real niche sort of situation, niche pick.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Oh, well, moving on from that, so that just changes to the medic. Just if you weren't aware, if you think she takes an extra second to die, it's because it's true, she does. Slightly increased health pool. And just last note on these the patch notes. These are last week's patch notes. Stuff came out today, but it really wasn't that much to talk about except for the Artanis fix. So death. Have you seen this draft mode AFK penalty? So in Hero League now, if you so this has been in effect for about a week now. If you are in a Heroes League queue and you get into the game and you don't pick your hero, you no longer randomly get a hero. The group actually gets disbanded. Everyone goes back into the queue to start searching for a new Hero League game, except you. If you were AFK and did not select the hero, you actually get marked as a leaver. You get the leavers penalty, and you're not able to go back into Hero League, and you have to play a whole bunch of leaver quick matches. Well, I'll start off on this one, and I think this is great. I think this is awesome for Hero League. I haven't had a game where anyone's AF hasn't been available for the initial start of it for ages. What are you guys' thoughts? Do you think this is too harsh? Do you think this is maybe not harsh enough? Do we feel sorry for our brethren who literally just DC'd just before going into something? The unfortunate net cast on those players. What are your thoughts? I'll start with you, Fniatch.
Well, there's always, that problem of, there are some people who just disconnect and then they get the legal penalty. But I think this is great as well. I love this because it stops it from the last pick being, our last pick is supposed to be support, and bam, random Nova.
Yep.
So I think it's great. And I wouldn't mind the lever penalty, like even if my internet choked up on me and then I get the lever status. I've gotten lever status from way less before the game just suddenly bugging out.
Yeah, so, sure it is.
It's a necessary evil, I think, in the whole system of it all.
Well, I tend to agree. I think it's a good step. I saw the tweet go out to Dustin BlueAura about this, and he said, he actually asked them, "What would you like?" And they suggested this, and he went, "Done. Let's do it." And here it is now. So it's I really like it. Any other thoughts, Roba, Blue, or Grump?
Getting leaver status in ANZ is kind of a death sentence.
Yeah,
that's my only big problem with it. Like every leaver game I have tends to be like 15-minute queues. It's just torture having to wait for a game that long.
Yeah.
I think it's good and it's better than what it was, but I'm seriously surprised I didn't go with the League of Legends approach, where the moment the game pops, you click accept if you're ready, and then you join the game. Where your game can, we can be in the queue for 6-10 minutes, and a game will pop, and we may not even notice. So if we had the opportunity to confirm that we're there and then play the game, that would like save us from getting that leaver status.
Yep.
It should be in there maybe as well as a pop-up to say you're ready, but yeah, if that was there, I think that would solve the problem more, like a lot more efficiently.
Yeah. So you think Blizzard could have, like, there's been two parts here. Blizzard has gone, all right, we can go down the, if you're not there, punish path, or Blizzard could have gone down the much nicer path and actually gone, well, we could just have put an accept button. That way, no one's technically getting the penalty for something all of a sudden happening, or like, it's going to help with those DCs a lot better than just this outright punishment, sort of outright slam of a punishment for not being there.
Yeah, well, I think if you're AFK in the game, you should be slammed anyway. But yeah, we like because SEA because we particularly have long queues. Yeah, it might be a little bit painful for us as opposed to anyone else.
Yeah, so you want to see sort of a mixture of both.
Both, yeah.
All right, fair enough. And Grumpshot, lucky last.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I haven't been affected by it yet, so I guess when I do get affected by it one day, then I might have a different opinion. But
yeah, for the moment.
Yeah, can't complain.
All right, I think it's a good start. I do like Blue's suggestion, like let's put both in. We can put both in. We can put a I'm here button and I didn't pick a hero, so get lost button. I mean, it's the room is there for both. Do you think we might see that in the future? Like, this is just step 1, levers penalty. Step 2, and then we'll do an accept thing as well. Do you think it's around the corner?
Yeah, definitely. That I mean, Dustin Browder is really nice about this, and I really love him for reaching out to the community, because if there's enough of like opinion, like enough of a wave of people wanting to do it, then I think it's an easy enough fix that they can just include it.
Yeah, that's it. It's not much to add it in a bit later. As far as I'm aware, it's not much to add it in, maybe. All right, no, very cool. So that's just the draft AFK penalty. If you're not in Hero League, guys. So be warned, don't go AFK, guys. This is a week late warning, but it's there now. All right, and another cool thing, actually, another thing that came from this morning's patch, actually, is the Hallows End event, obviously for Halloween. It starts tonight. Oh, it's probably starting. No, it starts. Yeah, it's already started. Started 4 a.m. this morning for us, and it's going to finish 4 a.m. on November 4th. You'll get bonus XP from playing your games, which is pretty nice, extra 50%. And also, there's a cool jack-o'-lantern portrait for winning 25 games during this event, and that's actually up until November 17th, starting now to November 17th. Win 25 games, and you get a jack-o'-lantern portrait. Now, the first thing I want to bring up with this, I like it. It's kind of cool. Oh yeah, the Headless Horseman mount and Buccaneer Falsehead skins and mounts obviously are now available in the shop as well. Check those out. Those look amazing. Actually, if we talk about the Artanis video sucking, well, that's where all the production value went in, was to the Headless Horseman mount and to the Buccaneer Falsehead skin. I think they both are amazing to look at. But what do you guys think of these WoW-style calendar events sneaking to Heroes of the Storm? Roba, as a player, do you think these events are cool?
Well, if it nets me skins like Buccaneer Falstad, I'm all for
it. Would you like to see the Christmas version and the Chinese New Year one next year?
Yeah, I'd take it. I mean, actually, I don't know if anyone could like make another skin that's as cute as Buccaneer Falstad, but I don't know. We'll see.
I want another shot of that Rhaegar skin, because it's the only skin that when you turn into wolf, you change color.
Yeah.
Shattered, I didn't get that.
I got that skin, the Christmas Rhaegar. It's good, Blue. It's good. It's everything you think it is. It is.
I just played so much Rhaegar for so long, and I had one of the skins for Rhaegar, but you would never change color, so I was always so salty whenever I got matched up against someone else who was playing it.
So you guys be all forward to, like, for all these different events happening each sort of calendar year when they come around, or?
I personally, anything that's free is good, but at the same time, I don't think this is the correct approach. I think Blizzard need to get more people into their game. So by offering an extra 50% XP, it's not going to mean you're running to all your friends and going, "Hey, come play the game." To other people looking into it, might go, "Hey, this might be a good start." But the more content they create for this game, the harder it is to catch up to everyone else. And it's still not solving the problem of other players that play League of Legends or HON or Dota 2 looking at this game and going, "Oh, should I play it? I'm going to be sacrificing so much of my time." This could have been a good opportunity if they added things like little trick-or-treat bags where you could possibly open it and get 500 gold, or interesting little daily quests that would net you more gold so you could progress through the game and collect everything faster. Then it would have been way better than just 50% and some pretty stuff.
So you're saying you don't like the staticness behind it. It's kind of like all right, guys, it's Hallow's End. Just for not doing anything more than just playing the game. Here's some little extra tidbits. You would have liked something that was a bit more engaging, that might actually got people coming into it.
That's it, yeah.
Actually, just something that came to thought, because I was thinking something that concerns me about these events is what I experienced in World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, they're the same thing every friggin' year. It's the same stupid Christmas tree in Orgrimmar. It's the same stupid wise men collecting coins and fire twirling festival. It's the same stupid donuts I had last year during Brewfest. Like they don't seem to change. It's just the same thing. It's like rehash, reuse, repackage. Could we? And would you? And you could easily see something like this being in Heroes of the Storm, couldn't you? That next year it's going to be the same Hallow's End event. Possibly the same Headless Horseman mount up for special. It may be only another seasonal thing, so you'll get this as a possible thing to buy. Christmas time, you get the Rhaegar and Jaina. I feel it's just kind of boring. It's after year one of Heroes of the Storm. Who cares? We've seen all this stuff. We've seen these events. They mean nothing to seasoned players, and it only takes 1 year, and you've seen them all. So what more engaging things, like how could you see these being way more engaging, way more different each year?
I'd love to see seasonal maps.
Yep. You stole my idea. I hate you. I had that idea.
Because that's what they did in Dota 2, and I quite like that. The Year Beast challenges and all of the Hallows Eve, like you collect candy. I mean, Heroes is already set up for like intricate maps and different kinds of maps. They could release a really silly map for every Christmas, every Halloween. That would be amazing to see.
Do you think
Plus it would attract a lot more like players?
So we still get to that sort of repeated thing of like, it's the same thing each year, and the same World of Warcraft, same sort of quests. How would that be any different from, say, the same sort of quests in World of Warcraft each year, these seasonal maps?
I don't know. They could tweak the gameplay a little bit. I mean, Heroes is, the main differential for Heroes between other MOBAs is that you can have the specialized, different play styles for maps. So I think they could easily mix and match even the silliest things, even if there's an OP strategy or an overpowered hero for the particular map. It only lasts for like two weeks.
Yeah.
So
it's fun. So what you're saying is like it's just the different elements in each map that could make each game a little bit different. And I think you sort of brought up like different hero compositions. It's playing Stitches on these silly maps could be much different from next year when we now can be, Artanis, for example. Artanis on the seasonal map would be Artanis. The Protoss dude that leads them and stuff. He could, he's on this map this year. Next year, a different set of heroes in top meta, or I'll be murky this year. I guess they could potentially be more dynamic, is what you're saying, as opposed to what they could do with WoW. WoW, we're the same quests each year. They're just the same quests, and the mobs get bigger or smaller. Their numbers increase. Whereas at least this one, the numbers are changing. Like things are changing a little bit more. The dynamics of the game. You're playing it with 5 other people. You have to play it with 5 other people. I see people in chat are like they could bring ARAMs into it.
Or it could be just like little tiny tweaks like they did for April Fools last year with the big head mode. Could be that.
Oh, please not again.
The nightmare's coming back for you there, Roba.
I personally, like, if they're the same things like WoW every year, I don't really care about that. You're not going to quit the game over it being the same thing.
Mm.
I think that you should be able to get the same mounts or the same portraits or whatever, even if you come a year or two late. Because even if you join the game late, you should still be able to collect everything that every other player has. Perhaps it might be a little bit more difficult or whatever, but you should still have access to that. But yeah, these events should be really used to launch the game forward rather than just sounding a little bit cool and giving you really nothing in exchange for it.
Yep, no, fair enough. And it's so Grumpshot. Any opinions? Any thoughts on the matters about
I just think these events are more focused towards the people that probably play, a couple of games a day, but they have to do this quest, so that probably ups the amount of games they play each week. So I think that's all it wants, is Blizzard just wants to keep people more engaged for a little bit, that little bit longer.
All right, so
I think it's a good thing.
So it's more focused at the current target audience, trying to keep their intentions, keep their attentions engaged on the game.
Yes. The people that play it, 15, 20 games a day, it's not aimed at them as much, I think. I think it's more aimed at the people that just play a couple of games.
Yep.
Try to make them play that couple more.
Engage them for an extra hour or so. Not too easy. And any other statements? Anything else want to say about it? Final thoughts on Halo's End. All right.
Nothing else.
That's it. All right, moving on. And so the last thing I just want to bring up is if people are not aware, the WCS starts for Heroes of the Storm, the World Championship final run to BlizzCon starts now, or not now, but starts to tomorrow morning. Basically, I think it's something ridiculous, like it's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just wanting to check that time up right now, but you can start watching the Heroes of the Storm games for the World Championship Series. I say leading up to BlizzCon. It is part of the BlizzCon event, but this is the esports week leading to BlizzCon next weekend. I just want to highlight it, just so you guys are aware and you don't miss out on any of the awesome Heroes of the Storm action. Let me just get the link. I had it earlier, and then I clicked off it by mistake. My mistakes are strong. But are you guys looking forward to the WCS matches? Is anyone going to stay up to the early hours of the morning to watch it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Thankfully, all of my exams finish after that. I'm just going to reward myself. How do you guys feel about the brackets? They already split it up, didn't they?
Yes.
I haven't seen the brackets yet.
Cloud9 and Tempo Storm, again, are in the perfect situation to play off against each other in the grand finals.
Oh, Tempo won't make it through.
They won't.
Tempo won't.
They won't.
No.
But they are still in the perfect situation. Very similar to the NA championships, where they're in the perfect bracket arrangement that if both teams, that it didn't matter if one team knocked the other team out in the initial one, they'd still both get through to the second round, and then they'd be in split brackets so they could meet each other in the grand final. That's some pretty good drawing there. But yeah, no, I think with the current rip happening to Tempo Storm, I don't think they're in a mental state whatsoever to win anything coming up. All right, I'm just trying to get the link for everyone so they can go check out the schedule.
Yeah, I was looking for it too.
I hate Blizzard's websites. They're just so.
And it's a bit sad for E-Star, I think.
Yeah, that's the biggest disappointment of this whole thing, I reckon. Not getting to see the best Chinese teams playing off at this.
And what was the issue? It was a visa issue, wasn't it?
Yeah, apparently they lied in their visa applications. Like, I've got no idea what they were thinking, but it's pretty sad.
Do we know what their lie was? There's the link for the esports hero page, guys, in chat. You can go check it out. Get the VODs and the streams. It's 1 p.m. PDT. So I think that's. I'm trying to remember what it is now. What the conversion is. Google will tell me. But we didn't. So it wasn't quite. So we don't know what the lie was. I mean, that's really them being failing in that part, really. Like, they lied on the visa app. Like, what can you do? Like, you can't say, oh, man, they should still get to play because they're the best host teams. It's like, no, you lied to immigration. That's not immigration. You lied to border security, whatever. I don't know who the fuck you do this stuff to. But too bad. So sad. Why lie?
That's it. I agree.
All right, so here we go. I got the actual time. Sorry, it's not as bad. Oh, it's already said in chat. 7:30 a.m. AEDT. So that is, it's pretty early. If anyone that has jobs, they might get 1 or 2 games in before they have to head off to work. But yeah, so that starts tomorrow, tomorrow morning, and then the next set of games you'll see are the ones at BlizzCon. And that link I posted also has all the reference to the streams. You can watch them as well. I will put it in the blog post, but really you're going to by the time this goes up on disconcur.com, the games will probably be over or halfway through. So I apologize for that, the nature of the beast, anyone watching or listening to this podcast. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to highlight it just so people knew what was going on.
Any predictions? Who might win?
I don't know. It's so we've got to look at Group A and Group B.
I don't know. My team is DK.
DK.
Because I saw them fight against MVP, and I was pretty disappointed that MVP didn't get through, but DK really. Korean league games are so much more fun to watch, I think.
Yeah.
Because they just keep fighting. It's so exciting.
I think it's really dumb that Korea only got 1 slot for this.
Yeah, I agree.
Considering they have some of the most phenomenal teams around, and let's face it, all strategies come from Korea.
Yeah, like I would have loved to see MVP Black as well here, but I don't know. I think DK's just going to crush everyone though.
Yeah. All right, so we got 2 people for DK. Blue, what about yourself?
Same. That's 3.
DK. Grumpshot.
I want one of the NA teams to win, so I'm going Cloud9, but
Cloud9
DK will win. Yeah.
All right, and to be honest, I haven't really looked at any of these, too many of these other teams, so I can't. Anything I say would be wrong. So let's just go with I think Braveheart. There we go. Braveheart are going to come through and get to the BlizzCon stage, I should say, because obviously 2 people from these brackets go through the BlizzCon, 2 from each group. And then we'll see who goes from there. But yeah, I think Braveheart will win all their matches, get to BlizzCon, and then they'll beat whoever's there. There you go. Enough. Now, if they do, I called it. Just remember that.
Oh, yeah. We'll see.
A random name off the cab. All right, and yeah, that is it. That is this week's Heroes of the Storm. Is there anything else you guys want to bring up before we end the show?
Not for me.
No.
Everyone's pretty good. All right. Well, on that note, Blue, can you take us out? It's thank you very much for being on the show tonight. Where can people get in contact with you if they're interested in talking more to BlueAura?
Same as always, you can see me on Twitch when I get back into things. That should be hopefully within the next week. Otherwise, my YouTube channel, Bluecast, same thing. You can message me in game. You don't have it up. It's BlueAura 6147.
Too easy.
That's pretty much it.
Not too easy. Grumpshot, thank you very much. You have been an amazing guest tonight.
My pleasure.
Great hearing about both teams, Team 1 being fully formed and Team 2 almost getting there. If anyone's keen to join these Grumpshot teams, do we have names for them, and where can we talk to you more?
We don't have names for them yet. We've just called them Team Red and Team Black. That's all we've got at the moment. You can get me on Twitter at Grumpshot, or if you get me in game on Grumpshot1117. If you're interested in joining a team, come hit us up. You don't have to be ranked 1. You just have to get through your 20 games of Hero League, and that's all we're looking for. Someone that just wants to put in a little bit of time, a couple of nights a week.
Not too easy.
Hit me up.
Awesome. And Fniatch, if people want to get in contact with you, check out your awesome stream. Have you got your stream up and running yet, or?
The channel is now up, but I am not streaming as of yet.
Just yet.
I have to finish uni stuff first.
You have to pass the course you've been training all year for.
So next 2 weeks from now, that's when I'll be starting streaming full on. But for now, you can catch me in game, Fniatch, Fniatch 6540.
All right, awesome. And Robadobah, thank you very much for coming on the show tonight. Congratulations for your second place win in the ANZ Showdown. You're a team to be, you guys were an impressive team. Didn't quite make it through at the end, but still got second place. I mean, that was amazing. Tell us if people want to catch up with the Robadobah. Do you have a new Twitch account yet?
Yeah, I've just been getting into streaming since I moved into this place with the NBN.
Yeah.
So you can catch me on Twitch TV/Robadobah, or I don't know, if you just want to ask me stuff, just whisper me or add me. I don't really mind.
All right, too easy. In BattleNet?
Yeah, Robadobah 1484.
All right, too easy. And thanks very much for chat. It's been great having you in here. I hope you enjoyed the show, learned some stuff tonight, found some stuff you didn't realize. And anyway, I've been Disconcur. Catch me on Twitter at Disconcur, disconcur.com, or on this channel, twitch.tv/Disconcur. Thanks very much. You've been great, guys. I loved having you around. And until next time, play safe and see you all in the Nexus.